All right. I think we are live. I hope so, at least. Let's see. I hope somebody can give me a hint. If that is actually working. Anyways, welcome to quarantine home office live stream, a Friday, which could also be a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Monday or whatever. It's 6 p.m, 15 after in Germany, and I'm gonna work a bit on the landing page for Tresor 1, financial app, portfolio tracking tool, and I got beer. First things first. Put it in a good old Hefeweizen. All right. Let's go. You can see my terminal, Pikachu terminal. Pikachu is putting us to the right spot, launching code and launching now dev, which is my taking care of the dev server and my cloud functions working that I'm using from ZEIT. Let's get quickly over the setup. I'm using ZEIT as my host, and here's where I deploy everything and stuff. This is the application, the current landing page. We have Tailwind UI, where I will take a lot of, let's say, inspiration from. I bought their book also, Refactoring UI, which is amazing. And I haven't bought the components here yet because I use Bulma on my sites. And I'm using basically Tailwind as on Refactoring UI and all of this stuff as a design inspiration. Because I suck at it, frankly, but in the future I would like to switch to them completely, so I will definitely buy the components too, but it's like I don't want to rewrite everything now because of that, but yeah, it's a matter of time probably. We have the analytics here just to check later a little bit how mobile usage is and stuff like this, and that's about it. I think this is what we will be working with. The Nuxt, of course, is the framework behind it, so Vue.js and the server-side rendering, static export stuff, Nuxt.js. Let's see. And we need a little bit of inspiration, of course, for the landing page itself. So this is how it currently looks, and I'm having a little tab here with landing pages where I looked around, and this is something that I actually saw this morning. There was this guy building landing folio, actually also with Tailwind UI, and he has some crazy filters here where you can basically filter the landing pages that you are interested in. So I'm interested, even with mobile sites, I'm interested in the desktop pages and inspiration. I need the landing page. Crazy. And now he has here all these things, and this looks actually pretty good. It's transfer wise. Something like this would be nice. This is definitely something to check. I'm checking mostly if there is something like financial tools has charts in it, because that is what we have here as well. So if you look at the actual app, the portfolio app, you will see that we have some charts and financial stuff and so on, as you can see. And I want to use this on the landing page as well, and ideally even some live data, like currently it's hard-coded, or let's say fake, how much euro is in all the portfolios combined, what's the average portfolio size, and what's the currently often traded or bought or sold company or security. So this is something this is something that I would like to have live. So maybe we will even build this APIs today. And then some facts. This is all in German, of course, as you can see. It's an app that targets the German market. It can be used anywhere, but the live data that I'm getting from here, I simply only test in my own portfolio, and this is in Euro. So I'm not sure how good it works in other countries, but I'm 90% sure that this app can be used in any market, basically. You just type in, if you, just as an example, if you use Disney, if you buy Disney, for example, you just don't use the German stock here, or the stock ticker symbol. You use the one from the US or whatever it is. I don't know if it's this. Yes, this is from the New York Stock Exchange. And if you do this, then basically everything works. But anyways, this is a different thing. Let's see. So I think we also have a live chat here, testing this now. We have two viewers currently. Welcome. I hope you opened the beer as well. And let's start a little bit. So what I want to do, what I want to do on our landing page here is I want here a little graph. So actually I've drawn this. I want a little graph here on the side. I want the screenshot to be bigger in the middle here, similar to what we just saw here. Where is it? Here, so like this, maybe. And then I would like to have some real activity data. So the activity components that are used here, I want to have 3 of them on the landing page. And on the side of it, descriptions like it. So I would like to highlight specific features of the application, the activities, the charts, the performance breakdown and stuff like this. So we're gonna try to highlight this a little bit. Let's see how it works. So we are going to the landing page. It's called Index and Pages. Just so you see that we are correct here. Hi YouTube, and this should update automatically. We of course also need the console. There we go. And let's go. So first of all, we need to delete this thing here on the right. By the way, I hope all of you are healthy at home and don't get too much caught in the being home all day. Watch Tiger King. I just watched the first episode. I was told I should watch it, and it's insane. First episode already, but I believe it gets crazier even. Okay, in this column here we want the chart, right? Let's do the skeleton first. Then we want the screenshot. In big, ideally. Yes, let's see what Bulma has to offer here. I think the card component would be good. It's called card content. And I think we need also, kind of like this. We also need a container around it to have it a maximum width. And I also want the padding here gone. So this is something that I will hard code for now. Style. And of course I want this to overlap. So as you can see, whoops, in our little inspiration here, they overlap it. This is also what I want. Let's see, I saved some others. This is something that is really nice. Also a landing page. We have here Evercoin. So sadly, if I look for like landing pages of financial apps, I mostly get Bitcoin stuff. This is also pretty cool here. So you can see the little components everywhere, and this is something that that I would like as well to highlight the app. Yeah. Oh, they are using Undraw, also something I would be happy to use on the app, but we'll see. Tried it before, deleted it again, tried it again. It's pretty awesome, but yeah, I'm not sure if I should put it in yet. Okay, let's get back. So we put the chart here. We have the card component here on this image. I like this. I don't like this bottom black thing here. Maybe I will open the image real quick and delete that. Let's see if I can do that in Sketch or not. I'm not a Sketch pro. Only thing I do there are my YouTube thumbnails. So let's see how I can cut this. Actually, I think I have to Google it. Edit. Maybe. Oh yeah, that works also from the side here. Delete. Okay. Now exporting it. And we put it directly into the project. Where is this stored? Oops. Image screenshot. So I think this is not here, but under assets. No? Where was it? EMG screens portfolio. Okay. Static EMG screens portfolio. What? Let's see. Image portfolio. Ah, it's a PNG. Okay. Yeah. We will change this one. So projects. You see all my projects. We are here. Static EMG screens. So first of all, this one can go. We want a PNG out of that one. Sorry, a JPEG. And if anyone knows a cleaner way to do that, let me know. And I will go to tiny JPEG to make this even smaller. Because 300 kilobytes are a bit too much. 150 are still big, but yeah, we can go at it again later. So now we should have this border removed. Yes. Okay, that's okay. There is still some weird white border, and it something. Oh, this is a weird CSS thing again, but is this properly resizing? Yes. But it's still too big. It's a bit too big. Let's make this the container. Max with 1,000. Okay, that's okay. And now I want to move it up. So I want to have this overlapped here, and I'm not sure if I should move the entire section or just the card, but I will move the section for now. Margin top. Oops. And this of course should be not like this on mobile, but I will worry about this later. First I want to create a high level skeleton. Maybe a bit more, 10. What's the default padding here? Or not padding, but margin. 3 EM from the top and the bottom. This means 6, so 6 negates the entire, like the margin between these two sections, and now the rest is overlap. So 4 EM we are overlapping, but let's try 12. Of course we don't want to go too close to this here. It looks too cramped, but maybe we can. How do they do this? They have this pretty close too. This is a bit too close, I think. Let's go to 10. All right. So let's keep it like that for now. And then we go to the bottom section. So here, maybe this should come later, and first we have these activities here, like a section that highlights the activities. We can switch around the section afterwards. So let's see, hero section, hero body. Yeah, that should work. And then we have probably 2 columns. And in the one we need the activity component. So I have to import it. Activity. And what's the problem? Not used? Yeah. But I have to check how it's used. If I have to pass, yes, I have to pass the activity through a prop. So I'll put one in here now and say, what's the prop? Activity. Activity is activity. And we're gonna do this here. So this is a buying activity, and we buy let's see if that works. Test. We need some I want to use some companies that that are basically, you know, speaking to the possible audience. So I would use companies that everyone knows, like Apple, Tesla, Netflix. Definitely not Shell or something, even though I know in the let's say investment world, and I don't mean like VC or whatever, I mean private people like you and me buying stock of companies, that Shell is a very nice dividend company for a lot of people, but it's, yeah, I mean, it's oil, so not the vibe I want to put on here. Okay, so this should have, wait, shouldn't it be more green? No. And that, by the way, is a list, some undocumented, what is it? Yes, some undocumented component from Bulma, as far as I know. I think they don't have the list documented anywhere. If I search, is there a search? No. Yeah, I couldn't find the documentation for a list component, but if you give the classes, they actually do something with it. So this is a bit weird, but anyway, let's see. List, I think it's the URL already. List, oops. And that has to be a list item, I think. Yes. And then they do this nice borders around it and stuff. And why? Yeah. Okay, this is how I want it, but shouldn't be this wide. So I had 2 columns here, right? Oh, I have to collapse some stuff. Collapse this. Collapse this. Okay, so this is what we are working on. First of all, I want 3 activities here, and they should be fading out a little bit to the bottom, and I don't want this missing holding and stuff like this. So we put some e's in here, it doesn't really matter. We need a symbol there, I want the correct one. So the company, let's use Disney, and the symbol, the German is, I think, this.de, right? It's VP Walt Disney something. Okay, but I'm gonna use the English. This is actually a bad thing about the symbols in Germany and Europe, because they don't match the company as well. So Amazon is AMZN and Tesla is TSLA and stuff like this. This is not, in Germany it's different. It's T0I or something for Tesla, so not very good. So I'm going to use the English ones just out of style reasons, let's say. So how much did we bought? Whatever. This is the amount, price, shares, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is not displayed yet. So this 4 is 192. And is this working? Yes, but the missing holding is still there. And it's still there because missing holding, they look for if there is no file name and no holding, so they need an ID here. That's the thing. ID, sorry, holding, they need a fake ID. but maybe this now tries to get the holding from the store. Yeah, shit. I have not planned to fake this kind of stuff. Yet, at least. How can I do this now? Because the just so you see the activity component here, so these ones, the problem is you have a holding here, right? And you name it, for example, so let me quickly go into a test account, so I'm not breaking my real account here. The problem is the activity component is fed out of your bank's data, right? So you put a PDF in, and the data is what you see here. You have a type, the eSIN symbol, an ID to a holding, and the holding is this. So you actually add something here like Tesla. This is the holding, and you add it, and when you add an activity, you assign it to a holding, right? The reason is that, yeah, of course, they have to be in sync. And if I change the name here from Disney to Mickey Mouse, I want this to be reflected here as well in the activities, even though the PDF and your bank use a different name. So that's why I have this this connection, and it's also that I can calculate, all the shares you have and everything. So that's why this is important, and I've created a very close connection apparently, that it breaks if I use the activity without a holding. Or it shows at least missing holding here, but honestly, maybe this is not even necessary anymore, missing holding, because I think I do something different by now. If I miss a holding, I have this add holding button somewhere here. I don't think I need this anymore. The case cannot be that there is a holding missing here. So I will be a bit bold and simply remove this. Which means I don't need a holding here, which means this should work out fine. By the way, I also have chocobons. The best stuff. Chocobons and beer. Okay. This looks good. And we just use today's date. That's fine. Now I want 3 of those. One, 2, 3. And what do we buy? Disney, Microsoft, and Amazon, Google, Facebook. What's a cool company right now? What's hot right now? Let's see what the most traded is on Comdirect. Is it here? I don't know. Let's just use Tesla. I think it polarizes a lot. Maybe it's cool. Disney, Microsoft, and Tesla. I should put a sell in there also. What is something that people sell? I know I know what is traded in Germany a lot is Wirecard and of course the car industry and stuff like this. So WDI is for Frankfurt. What's the Wirecard symbol? Is it? I have no idea. I use WD. WDI and Tesla is TSLA. So now we loop through them. We for activity in activities. Now something annoying about view. I always have to put a key in there, which is just annoying. You should just create a default key, a default what's it called, iterator or something like this. But anyways, wasn't much time. Didn't took much time to put it in. Now we have 3 activities here, and I want them to fade out a little bit more the more it goes down. So I'm pretty sure there is a cooler way to do this, but I will just do it manually by doing activities nth child 2, no, 1. Does it start at 0? Opacity 70%, and then the same for the third one to 50%. Okay, it starts at 1, 2, 3, and it should actually be a little bit more. So we go to 30% and here to 16. I don't like that the border is still there. The border should also fade away a little bit. Or is this enough? Is it good like that? Maybe it should be separated a little bit. Let's see. Like margin. Oh, what is? How? Oh, the margin is collapsing. Okay, I will not do this. So this is the kind of stuff marketing pages, man. It takes forever. I feel like it's much harder for me to build marketing pages than the actual app. So now these 2 columns here are 50-50, right? 1 and 2. 1, 2. But this is too wide. We want this a little bit narrower, and here more space for the text. So I will make this is 1/3. That's the wrong one though. This one. And okay, this is good. And here we need some copy. Let's see. We had this kind of heading size. We'll just copy and paste this stuff. Deine portfolio performance. So this and this. Okay, texting is also very hard, but we will. So now I have to write in German and speak in English. Alle deine Aktivitäten. Okay. We would like to have this a bit centered, right, to this component. So I think there is a V centered. No. Is V centered or something? Is V centered? Is that a thing? Bulma V centered. Column options. Yes, is V-centered, but it has to be on on columns. The good thing that I'm using Bulma for so long is that I rarely have to go to the documentation. Can just write it. Does that look good or not? It's alright. Probably needs an emoji. Open for all the advice on marketing pages. By the way, now this looks a lot left, like this looks like it. Oh my god, it definitely needs a container around here. But it's also too much left-sided when, yeah, this is way too far on the left. So either I center it all, or how do the others do that? I mean the other landing pages. They just all have it on the same, well, they have it a bit like I have, but yeah, they would have the same problem with this component almost, but they just put it to the right. Also interesting. If I put this on the right, as text, right? No. No, 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 no. How do I do that? I should maybe center, make it 50-50 again and have this on the right side and this on the left side. Well, and give them a max width or something like this. Or I make the entire container narrower style, max width like 800 or something. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm sometimes looking directly at you, it's because I'm checking. First of all, if we have visitors, if someone wrote in the chat or if someone wrote me in WhatsApp or something. Oh no. No. Shit. This is not good. Let's give them a fixed width. How wide are they? 350. So the list is always 350. And then we can adapt the rest. Ooh. Yeah. So what do we do? Has text right. The reloading is a bit slow with now dev. Let me quickly try if this is faster without the functions, or if everything fails then. Come on. Just a big app maybe. Okay, this works at least, but the API requests are failing, of course. Okay, has text right fucks up also the activity component, so we will not do that. But I want to have this on the right, so there I use float in here. No. Unbelievable. Okay, let's try it here. Oh, okay. Also, oh. Well, in that case, doesn't have float right yet. Float right. Float works, but it also messes with this. But maybe margin left, auto. Huh. Look at that. That looks better. So, oh, by the way, float works also. But I like margin left better. It's because Bulma uses flexbox, so we can manipulate it with margins. I need another beer in a second. Okay, so is this better? Not really, right? We have this very, yeah, it's very wide, so I'm still unsure. It's now centered at least. I think I'll keep it like this. And we continue and see where we go from here. So, activities. Do we need a call to action here? Not here. What else? I thought about this. Am I logged in here? What's happening? Yeah, now the APIs don't work, of course, because I killed now, but let's still do it. Let's do it again. But anyway, I wanted to also show the chart, the allocation chart. This one. It sucks with this look, but looks much better if there are multiple holdings, like this. And if you have additional ones, I really like the color combo that this creates. So let's see if I add Disney and add that I bought, or whatever, some shares of Disney sometime in the past. Then, yeah. Shouldn't be this way, but let's reload real quick. Apparently there is a bug with getting the colors. Yeah, it has a really nice color wheel, and but there is a problem, yeah, with getting the color when I edit. Shit, I have to fix this. But let's see, where is Disney? Disney, I want to delete it again. Shouldn't have edited so far in the past. Here. And we can delete the holding. Yeah, so this wheel here, let's see how that works, and if we get problems with the component. They're not independent enough, you know. They depend on Vuex store and data being there and stuff. So it might be hard to put fake data in, which sucks. It means I've built it wrong. Because I'm rarely passing this through props, I'm taking it directly from the store to not have like huge convoluted parent components everywhere, but it's probably what I should have done. Or maybe not, I don't know. So yeah, it's taking the data. Maybe I should just create a new one, because it's not that much code. I can basically copy and paste this into a fake allocation pie, put in the data, and that's it. To have it here on this side. Let's do that. So we have fake allocation pie. Paste this in. We delete everything from pie data, allocation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Colors. Oh, we want to have these colors. No. Colors here. Okay. And we need labels. Do we need labels? We can use labels, yeah. We will use the same ones. Disney, Wirecard, Tesla. Oh. Oops. And now I can delete most of this stuff. Center value can be fake. Format price, yeah, okay, we want this one. Let's do 12,000 euro or something like this. Now we can remove the getters. Pie data, chart, get element, okay, blah blah blah. We don't need this. Should work already. Fake allocation pie. Okay, let's see if that works. So we want to have the same section again, but we will reverse the 2 columns. Oh shit. I think this is correct. And here we use the allocation pie. This was a lot of chart is not defined. Chart. What does he mean? Chart is not defined. Do I need to import chart.js here? No. This chart, new chart. Wait, shouldn't I import this? Why is this working? Chart is not defined. But why is it working here? Import chart from chart.js, that's how it should work, but why the hell is the allocation chart working? So this is what we need. There we have it. But why the hell? Oh, I think it's because I imported it in some other component here, which sounds very dangerous. This might be a lucky coincidence and probably not how I should do it, but anyway. Okay, we have the chart.js here, which calls for a chocobon. What's your favorite programming music? Leave a comment. I'm listening to hip hop currently. I can also listen to Disney music all day long during programming. By the way, how are you? Like the whole quarantine thing. I'm coding like crazy currently. Seriously, it's probably not healthy. My wife already told me I'm a little bit too much on the coding side. I have my regular job, right? Whatever, 9 to 5. Before that and after that, I code basically out of bed, coding until I go to bed. On Tresor and Geoman and the tools that I share here on YouTube, and maybe it's a bit too much. I should plan some more time for her, for me, to do sports, to, do some healthy stuff. Hope you are doing that. So this looks a bit better with some let's say margin around it, and maybe this is what I should do here too. Doing margin auto on both sides, and it gets centered. Deine Allocation immer im Blick. Okay, this looks better. So the allocation chart here is so nice, and then it shows Tesla, Wirecard, Disney, but we should put some WAS. Wait a minute, if I do this, let's say I have whatever, I have 1,000, the math should check out, right? So let's say I have 1,200 of Disney, I have 4,500 from Wirecard, and 8,000 from Tesla. Then this should add up to 8, 1.5, 12, no, 1.2, get 13,200. And why isn't the hover working correctly? It should display the actual amount. Oops, should be 700, right? So normally if I hover, it should display the amount for that individual share. So I have this function here, and it basically gets the hover label and hover value. Oh, did I? Yes, I have this here, right? Yeah. So why isn't it working? Because the actual data of the component might be a bit different. Let's check out the data here. So, okay, allocation is an array with numbers. We have this too. Colors are an array with colors, strings, and labels, also an array with strings. It's working, right? Yeah, this is how it should work. Okay, we'll figure it out. Let's see that the copy works. Then allocation im Blick, so your portfolio allocation always in check. And then we want to say something that it, helps people to rebalance their portfolio and stuff like this. Einfaches Rebalancing durch it's hard to text. I want to write something like your current allocation that you always see and blah 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 helps you to rebalance your portfolio. Okay, it's not enough copy. I think I should put a little bit more here, but we'll do it. And also, I want to have the color thing here, right? So that means we need a little bit more colors. We have a comment here. That's a lot of coding. What? That's a lot of coding. Here what happened is that time 9 to 5 thing expanded to 8:20. No, it's not 8:20. It's 8:0. I'm coding from 7 in the morning to 9. Then I do my day-to-day job. I code during lunchtime. And then, I don't know, work done at 7 or 6. And then I code until 12. And that's the, like, since we are in this Corona thing, it's a bit too much. Okay, we need more companies here. So see your portfolio distribution at a glance. Thank you, Martin. Deine Allocation immer im Blick ist something I have. Einfaches Rebalancing durch genaue Allocation-Angaben deines Gesamtportfolios. Einfaches Rebalancing. Whatever, I have to think about the copy. Copy's too hard. Let's code again. We need more companies. So what companies should we put in here? We have Disney, Wirecard, Tesla. Let's use Microsoft, and maybe. So we need. Let's use 8 or 10 companies. How many colors do we have? 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 8. Let's use 8 companies. Disney, Wirecard, Tesla, Microsoft. What else? What stock made headlines in the past, in the recent past? Netflix, of course, as the winner of the last decade. By the way, and this is something we should not calculate manually. We will do it like how do we do the sum of an array? I think with reduce, right? So this dot pi data dot allocation reduce what's the accumulator, this, and then value, and then we return accumulation plus value. Is that correct? Could be wrong. Let's try. I'm too stupid sometimes for Java. So 1, 2, 3. Zoom. Oh yeah, of course, Zoom. Thank you. Of course. Zoom. What's the can you tell me what's the symbol of Zoom? Because I remember that people typed in Zoom in their stockbroker, tried to buy it, and it was another company, and they shot up. And I think the Security Exchange Commission, whatever, stepped in that people stopped buying this company because they tripled in value or something, and they shouldn't have. So what exactly is the symbol of Zoom? AV. That works. It's correct. But there is some stuff missing here. Reduce. So to fix this not a function. Let's see. I know what I'm doing wrong here. Format price, and this should be out of it, like this. Set M. Okay, thank you, Martin. So, because then I think we should also use it here. in the activities. Let's add a fourth activity also. See how that looks. Let's put some random numbers also in. And let's add an activity here. We need even more companies. What did I say? 8? How many do we have now? 2, 4, 6. We have 6. Zoom. Did you write something else? Zoom NRZ. What's NRZ? NRZ. No. What's NRZ? Oh, right, the read. Yeah, that went down quite a bit. We can definitely put a ZEIT of that in there. And what else do we have? I mean, we could use something like Apple and stuff, which is for sure a hit, but maybe we find some others. I'm gonna put Apple in there and you tell me if we need a different one. So now we hopefully have a bit more beautiful color scheme. Yep. And yeah, the hover doesn't work still, so there is something wrong here with this part. Should we debug it? I think we should. Let's put that. But first, let's add one more activity here. I think Zoom is a great one to buy, actually, instead of Tesla or Disney. But let's see how it looks with the fourth one. Zoom buy, and we buy a lot, and we need a fourth one here. That's going to what, 5%? Caterpillar, Andre. The hell is that again? Ooh. Yeah, it's also not so good. Let's take this one here. Caterpillar. Don't even know what they are doing. 35, 37%. Yeah. Also quite destroyed, as most of the stocks. Okay, so this might be actually something we can work with here. I like it. Let's make it a little bit more visible. Let's go for 80, 60, and 10. No, what did we have before? 70. By the way, for everyone that knows German stuff, I'm listening now to Semi Deluxe. I should grab myself a little beer though. I'm not sure if you will wait for me if I get a beer. Okay, I think the spacing here is a bit too wide. Honestly. Here. Let's remove that a little bit. I think is small. And we have to fix that hover. Let's do it. Let's get a little bit into some logical stuff. Better. Here. Okay, Caterpillar is the world's biggest manufacturer of construction machines. Interesting. Maybe I should buy them. I'm a console logger, by the way. Any one of you a debug expert that would put in here the debugger value? Because if so, if that is your default workflow, I'm very impressed, and I would love to have this already internalized and doing it like this. So, do we have something? No, we have to do the hover first. No. Is this even working? Oh, there we have it. Okay, the value is there. The hover value. It should work. It's the correct value. So it's maybe not showing because I'm missing some CSS. Price, center value. Oh, look at that, it's there. No, why is this? I deleted some of the watch data stuff, so maybe that's a problem. I deleted this stuff here. So update the chart when something gets updated here, and maybe this is exactly what I'm doing here. So maybe I actually have to watch the data. So let's put this stuff back. Put the watcher back. Put the update graph method back. And maybe this even for the entire component. Okay, I have to change the music now. It's getting a bit crazy. Oh, still not? Hover value, hover label. Oh, it has nothing to do with this one. Okay, I can delete this again. It's actually some reactive stuff. Hover center value. This is the problem, that I only display the center value here. Again, why is it working here? Hover value. Ah, that's why. Oh man, I shouldn't delete stuff so fast. There we go. There we go. Okay, so it's not very real that I own exactly 8,000 euro of Tesla. So maybe I should change the numbers up a little bit. Danke, Marish. Change the number up a little bit. I got a beer from the best wife ever. Martin asks if I have any tests or write them. So I don't have unit or integration tests. Normally I write end-to-end tests with Cypress. So I would use Cypress.io, and test the website basically for every commit, every push, every branch, etc. The key user journeys. But I haven't done this on Tresor yet. So it's definitely something that is next on my list, because most of the deployments I'm doing currently, I'm already scared and I have a few users. So definitely on my list. But so far the tests are non-existent. So we need to put some real numbers in. What's real? We need cent values as well. Where do we have it here? So let's say 1, 3, 2, 2. Oh, we need a point. Then we have 4, 6, whatever. Tesla. This is okay. Whoops. Yeah, let's keep it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4 is always a bad number. Okay, so now maybe the numbers are a little bit more real. This works. So NRZ, I need the full name of the company here, or what was it again? Yahoo Finance, or maybe I do it with this one here. NRZ, New Residential Investment Corp. Maybe I should. I think I like that there is a REIT in there, but I think there are REITs that are more popular or more known, like Simon Property Group, or not even Simon Property Group, but what's the company that everyone wants to own? It's called it's like the king of REITs, the Dividend Company it's called, the Dividend Company, Realty Income. Realty Income. SPG, oh yeah, exactly, Angela. Those are also quite popular and well known currently. So I believe my Zoom share is too low, but I guess this is if people look at this allocation, they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Tesla, Wirecard? No, but it's just an example. Let's see how that looks for now. We have our main thingy with the CTA. What the hell is this? Sometimes I feel like my mouse is tripping me. Okay, better. So we have our CTA here. Our chart needs to be a little bit, yeah. Here I want a line chart like this one, but more, positive. And then we have our dashboard. I want to remove this here, the small little border here, but I'm not sure how. I think the image needs margin 0, right? Margin 0? No. Padding 0? I know it works when I do float, right? But this is not how I want to do it. Remove image space bottom or something. Remove white space under an image. Display block. Interesting. Let's see if that works. So don't be surprised if the cat comes now into play. Oh, that actually works. Let's do it. Because there is a cat that wants to come into the video. Here's my cat loving, my beer loving cat, my cat loving beer. He wants to always check if we are coding the right stuff. Let's see. Okay, the margin is gone. I want here the line chart, but yeah, we're gonna do this later. We have the activities here. We have the allocation. We have the, let's call them facts, and I want to have this like a real facts. And then we have here an overview over more features. The question is, should I put them here or leave them down here? It's a lot of copy. Maybe I should leave them down here for now. And yeah. I think this is already quite good. What else do we need on a landing page? We need some more contact info and another CTA at the bottom, right? Something like start today or something. Beer? Okay. I think I'm gonna put a CTA here, like a button here, like get started or something. And we have one here to create your portfolio and sign in. So sign up and sign in. The cat is keeping me from work. Oh, sorry. I know. I always have to upvote the people. By the way, the most upvoted answer of mine is how to responsively center an element in CSS. Very proud of that. All right, let's see. I think this could have a bit more spacing here. Deine Portfolio Performance. Yes, like this. And we need a CTA here, but with the color. So let's put the same color like this down here and say start now or something like this. Oops. Maybe we can find an example on our inspiration list. Yeah, here. Or here, this kind of stuff. Step into year 2020. All right. Let's do it. Do you guys own stocks? I can see if you have a couple people visiting, so welcome. I'm glad you joined me on this little hangout with Code and Beer. Are you actually investing in stock? And if not, what keeps you from it? And if you do, what's your favorite one? What did you wish you bought? Okay, we know that stuff. But what did you buy currently? And do you buy currently in this current market? It's crazy right now. I'm actually buying every week. Let's see if it works out at the end. So hero is small. We want it bold and primary. And in there we need a hero body, and in there we need a container. There we have our columns, and oops, and column twice, and in here we have our buttons, or here. Oh, by the way, this is where Tailwind comes in, right? Their marketing components here are awesome, and here are the CTA section. This is exactly what I want to build. This one. Let's use the copy just for placeholder. I will change it when I can probably think in English and German and separate it. Ready to dive in? Start your free trial today. Oh. So let me read your comments. I saw some people. So what do we have here? Would be okay for you if I call the API directly to download some data into Tresor? Interesting question, Angel. Today I bought a bit, mostly reads now. Was also buying energy. But now it just spiked out of a Trump tweet. Yeah, interesting. I wouldn't worry about I personally don't worry about the spikes out of a tweet or whatever. Of course, if it spikes, it's more expensive to buy. But again, I don't buy it so it, so I get a spike. Like if I would have bought 1 day earlier, yes, then it's nice to have to see the spike. But at the end of the day, I'm not buying to sell, in a week or a month. I'm buying for the next 2 years, 10 years, 20 years. So I'm cost averaging into it. I don't care if it's currently spikes and whatever. Everything is cheap now, so I'm dollar cost averaging into it. Cheap compared to the next 10 years, probably. But yeah. And reads, yeah, that's interesting. I've also bought a read, but I will also pick some stocks now. I bought some ETFs. I mean, you can see my portfolio on Tresor One. I'm sharing it. I'm actually posting it into the chat. This. And yes, Martin, Airbus. I also looked at Airbus. What? Why is it private? Shouldn't be private. Is it the correct one? Let me see if it's private. No, this is not private. Oh, should work. Did I send you the wrong link? Was this a bug in my application? Tell me if you got the private warning or not. If you got the private warning, I have a problem. Okay, this looks shitty. What the hell is happening? I can see already my problems here. Columns. What the hell did I do here? It's because you're talking too much. I'm talking too much with you. Thanks, Martin. Okay, seems like sharing is working. That's good. Then it was some caching, whatever problem here. Let's see. Oh, we have 3 users on the portfolio right now. I know that's you. That's an actual portfolio of mine that I'm sharing here on YouTube. But as you can see, it's mostly ETFs and REITs, and even ETFs on bonds. But I have a second portfolio where I pick some stocks, but I didn't make it public yet. Subtitle. This doesn't look good. I learned from the refactoring UI book that the size between the titles always should be like skip 1. So if it's size 1, the next one should be 3. And I think they are right. Okay, this looks better. Now the buttons. Container. Buttons are horizontal, I hope. Button, but it's a button times 2. And it's sign up. Yeah, it's just to sign up and sign in. And this one is dark. What are you doing? Horizontal. I don't even know if this is correct. Button. Okay, guys, if you want to help me out on the YouTube channel a little bit, like button, share it, you know the drill. This helps a lot. We did a huge milestone the other day, 100 subscribers. I know it's not a lot. I know there are people with 100 million, but you know, gotta start somewhere. It's awesome. Really appreciate it. So do we have some horizontal buttons in Bulma? Is grouped? No. Buttons. They should be horizontal, yes. Let's make them bigger. Medium. And it should be again V-centered. And maybe has text right. Why is the container here? This makes no sense. Maybe because I'm a little drunk. Plus 3% now. True. 3% up, guys. Amazing. Of course, it's thanks to you. Okay, let's put actual functionality behind it. So we have portfolio anlegen, create your portfolio, and we have anmelden, so sign in. And this should be, let's see, do I show login, I think it's called. I have an action here, show login, where we have the sign up and we have a show login. And this, of course, needs to be an action. Oh, it's already in here. Ah, yeah, of course, because we used it up here. Yeah, so that means if I click it, I should come to the sign in page for auth0. Yes, the domain here is an auth0 domain. It should be a my domain at the end of the day, but it costs like 20 euros a month or something, so I will not do this now, but I will do it at some point. Anyways, this is the sign in page of auth0. Here we have the register sign up page. Let's see, and it should automatically be that if I click on this one. Yes. Okay, so that works. We have main CTAs here, these ones and the ones on the bottom. Now we need some proper copy here. the German people in here, you gotta tell me if the copy is actually like invites you to click. I'm trying, so from a tone of voice perspective, I'm trying to be a bit more like I talk to you and you talk to me, right? It's more like, go on, start. It's free, you know, like very casual. I don't want to have a bank style way of talking to people. This is again not how I want to have this aligned. Yeah, so I don't want this bank style. That's why I need some advice if this is actually something that would trigger you to click. So the Tailwind UI components, yeah, it's completely on the right. I'm gonna do that too. Doesn't want to. You know what? There is some setting on iOS, on macOS that you can hear what I can hear, music, whatever. And I will definitely do that in the next live stream, so we all hear the same music. But I'm not sure if I get them blocked or something if I would just like stream music. But it would actually, you know, be the same. It would be like as we were sitting in the same room, all coding on some stuff. What are you guys doing right now? I'm sure you're not just watching me. You're doing something on the side. Are you coding something too? Let me know and post a link. You gotta check it out. So how do I put this now on the side? It's annoying me. No. That's it. All right, I think we can work with this. Now what's left? We need a chart. Bereit loszulegen, leg los. This is not good. Bereit loszulegen. Angel, if you have an account, you can do calls to the API if you have to provide your access token and stuff like this. So if you pull everything out from the front end, you can definitely do that. You will run into a rate limit regarding the authentication. So currently, the API checks if you are you by sending a request to auth0 and checking if your access token is correct. And this, they do it for every request, right? It's not optimized yet. And if you do that, let's say 3 times too fast, or I think the limit is 2 times per second. So you will run into a rate limit there and it will block you. But if you spread it out until like 1 second, 1 request or something, then this should work. And you should be able to put that stuff in. Do it, right? You're a front-end coder, you can do that, and that's completely fine. Tell me if something breaks, and yeah, so I can fix it if you somehow break my production or something. But normally it should be working, and I'm actually thinking, if somebody has a big portfolio, they don't want to like register and then one by one add all of the activities. I have the PDF import currently for German users of Comdirect. So if you have like 5, you just drop them in and it parses all of the PDFs. See? And it says now the holding is not here. Add the holding. So I'm adding the holding like this, and then I can import this, right? So once you have the holdings, etc. So the PDF import is quite easy, but still, if you have like a portfolio of like 5 years worth of investing, then you don't want to download the PDFs even, you know, it takes too long. So I need some import of the entire portfolio at some point. And I'm not sure how to do that yet and what to support. So do I support a bank? Do I support other tracking tools where you can export the data and feed it in, or whatever? Like, I'm not sure yet how to do that. Vlad, he's referring to the API here, to my API. So here I have an API built with cloud functions, and yeah, you would be able to use it with an account if you just like check what the front end is doing. Of course, you can fake it. I have to protect it a little bit more. I even thought, you know, the security search, this part here, this would actually could be its own product, because there is no API like this. Like, how I built this is, if you type in here like Apple, what's happening in the background is I scrape multiple websites to get this data, like this data here, the ISIN, the WKN, Wertpapierkennnummer, this is the German ID, this is the European ID, and this is the ticker symbol. And there is no mapping for this, at least no free one or something that I know. So there went a lot of work into making this API happen. So I'm sometimes thinking if this would be a possible monetization channel in the future. But anyways, what Angel is referring to is to not have to manually add all of his holdings in here. And I already see that I have to make this multi-language at some point. So much work to do in so little time. Which means I have to prioritize. So you are maybe thinking, why the hell is this guy not working on more features but on the marketing page here? Because I have about 35 users, and if you look into Google Analytics, right, we have not a lot of people here. We have like 20, 30 per day. It's rising, but still. And if we look at the signups here, like this is a create account. It's not every day, because I don't spread the site. I posted on Twitter a couple times, but that's it. I don't go into German investment forums and post it there or whatever, something like this. And this is like, I want to reach a maturity where I can put it into these forums, actually like doing some marketing to get traffic on there and see if people sign up and use it. And this is why the landing page needs to be there to explain people what the value proposition is. The blog should be a little bit filled, I think 2 more articles or something, and then the onboarding. Like, if you register, how does the onboarding look like? So this is the stuff I want to have covered before I send it out to many people. So I'm very glad that we have people here and in this small community, also from my followers on Twitter, that use the tool every day and send me a lot of feedback, so I can catch the bugs, catch the bigger stuff. But from a feature perspective, I think it has already everything that I would consider for an MVP, right? It has the allocation, it has the activities here, it has the holdings and its details. You can put nicknames in for the holdings also, so you don't have these ugly as hell names. You have the chart over time, which was very hard to build, and you have the dividends, the dividend payments. You have your worth, you have the the gain you have, the dividends would paid out, the realized gain. So if you sold something and you would realize some gain, doesn't matter, negative, positive, it would be here, and the overall performance of the portfolio. And you can make it public and share it. So this was the basic functionality that I wanted to do as an MVP before I send it out. So I built this first, now marketing, and then maybe a few bucks here and there, making it more stable, and then sending it out. Vlad asking if it's Tailwind. Good question. So actually the CSS framework I'm using is Bulma, but I use a lot of Tailwind for inspiration. So I also bought the book Refactoring UI, and I take a look at it every time because it's just incredible how they explain everything. So it's not Tailwind, but sometimes I'm editing stuff a little bit to make it look like it, and in the future I will definitely use it. Tailwind is awesome. So if you have some budget to pay for some like pre-designed components, Tailwind is the shit. Let's fix this real quick here, that we have this. Bereit loszulegen, leg los ist kostenlos. Bereit loszulegen, it means are you ready to start, and then leg dein Portfolio nicht füg dein Portfolio hinzu. Something like this, like add your portfolio free. Oh, it sucks. Man, I had copywriting. I need a copywriter or something. Then I will do Bank Talk. Starte gleich. So start immediately, it's free. Something like this. And I use emojis because I'm not a bank. Okay. Now this chart. Last thing I need, I think. Oh, this is also, we have to use different values here. Activities. Okay. Okay, I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? I buy 3,700 worth of Zoom here, and here I have zoomed with like 400 something. Let's just put 100 something in here. Okay, so I want to have these live, but it's not necessary to do this now. And I want the chart here. And for this, let's get into the... Oh, wait, we have some more questions here. Andre says, but I see work hard on Vault 1, Tresor 1, but I have time. It takes me longer to create all the holdings until it is fixed. Oh, that's Andre. Yeah, he wrote a lot of good feedback via email towards me, and he has a bug here in the portfolio that I was not able to track down yet. He has a bug where the nickname cannot be fetched and it throws an error. So he has like empty activities here, and this is definitely something I have to fix, and I will fix. And we have Vlad asking, will your client interact directly with the exchanges? No, you cannot buy through this tool. This tool is only for visualization and tracking. So that's the thing. I'm not sure about the international market, but the German market, the brokers that we have, like the big banks, their tracking sucks, their website sucks. I can show you, actually. I mean, I told you that this portfolio, the portfolio I shared with you here in the chat is public, right? And I share it here on YouTube. So I will go to my second screen here and log into that portfolio, and I will show you, because it's bad. And this is the whole reason why I did this tracking tool. So this is it. This is this portfolio, not this one, wait. I have to log out. So let's get in with my main portfolio. So this is this portfolio, right? It differs a bit depending on which exchange the data is fetched, but this is basically it, right? You can see it here from the holdings. I have 93 from the Vanguard here. Yeah, this is this one. So, and this is the only thing I can see here, right? I can see the holdings, I can see maybe the values and some other stuff, and yeah, that's about it. And I want more of that, particularly because I focus on dividends. So I want to track my dividends, I want to track the dividend yield, etc. If you look at these two, you think, well, what the hell is the difference, right? You just build the same values in there. The thing is, I built the basis. I built the absolute basis now, which is the same functionality that my bank is providing, but the ultimate goal is here much, much more possibilities, data, views, and now that I have all this data, I can build it. I can build any feature I want into the visualizations here. The dividend stuff is already something that they don't provide, and I will build much more. So what I can see here already is like the dividends and the realized gain from selling. They don't provide me that. And what I will also do is like capital invested. What I will do is the dividend yield on the entire portfolio. What I will do is detailed pages for every holding that shows me how it performed in the last day, week, whatever. I will do, of course, time selections over the entire portfolio and stuff like this. So a lot of stuff that can happen here, including community features, like I can share my portfolio now, but I also want to have comparison. Like, how does my portfolio compare to another? How does my portfolio here compare to the S&P 500, for example? This kind of stuff is things that I want to build into this. And this maybe goes a little bit out of this stream, what I like. It's not coding, but it's what I have in mind for this tool. I personally think that investing in the stock market, or in general investing, doesn't matter if it's real estate or stock market or whatever, has the ability to change people's lives, especially if you start early. Like if you would start with 20 or your first job and start investing like 25 euros a month or 50, this can actually change your life down the road. And I hope that with this tool I can first create a tool set for people that already invest, but then I can create some sort of educational tool or platform that drags people into it, you know, that slowly but surely teaches people what it means to invest. It's something that I started with actually earlier. So last year I've built something like this where the teaching was the big part and not the tracking. But I scraped it in December and started with this, the tracking tool first. So I get all the investors on there, and then I will start to do some, you know, it's for beginners. So I start to teach some stuff, explain what does dollar cost average mean, what is an ETF, what, you know, this kind of stuff, and make people less scared of the stock market. Because honestly, I think if you want to be financially free, this is the way to do it. If you want to secure your rente, you know, if you get old and you don't work anymore, what is it called in English? I don't know. Retirement, yeah. You gotta invest. So that's the overall thing. I'm personally very convinced of it. I need a tool myself. It's the best basis, I think, to code on stuff. So that is why I'm doing it. What else do we got here? I understand the value proposition now. So it will be a visualization and insights, but no replace to your bank. Exactly that. It will not be a replacement. If I would like in Germany, this is not possible. The banks don't have APIs or something that I can like get the data in the first place, or even perform actions or something. Yeah, so it's not a broker. It's only a visualization tool. And yeah, this is specifically in Germany. I don't plan to have this ever change, because then there is a whole nother, like, then I can't do this alone, right? Financial institutions or brokers are very, very strictly like observed, controlled. Like you need proper security, you need proper processes, and like you get audits and all of this overhead of like, but of course the overhead is necessary, right? It's people's money, and currently I don't want to deal with people's money. I want to provide a tool for everyone to do that, maybe teach them some stuff, but I like, don't give me your money to do that, right? This is not what I want to achieve with this. Yeah, so this was a small breakout of the actual coding, but keep the questions coming, guys. I really like it. I like that that you are so engaged in this. Okay, so what we want the chart here, right? I will do this while we are talking. I have the, what's the chart called? Value chart. The cat is again here. Oops. And I can smell already that my wife is cooking. I will end the stream when there is food. What time is it now? Okay, I'm already 2 hours in. So yeah, I will continue a little bit now, but when the food is there, I will stop. Okay, let's get the graph in. We have this graph here. It's, yeah, I'm gonna do the same as before. I'm gonna copy paste it, and shit, man, faking this graph is not fun, but it should be a, maybe I could even, it would be cool if it would show an actual portfolio, right? But then I feel like if it's negative, if the chart goes down, it might demotivate people. It's like negative news or whatever. I'm not so sure. That's also why the screenshot here, right? Of course it's fake, like it's positive. There is no portfolio positive right now. If you start like a portfolio value of 5,000, if you started in the last half year, no way you have a positive gain. So this of course is also fake, and I put Tesla in there with the biggest chunk because it had such a spike before the Corona situation that it's granting this gain. So I will put a fake chart in for now. We can make it live at another point. Fake value graph. Oops. Point view. Okay, so as you can see, I use a lot of Lodash to calculate the stuff. Actually, this graph, I'm telling you, it was insane to build, because it's taking financial data, like the stock value for the last, or let's do it the other way. It looks at your activities. It takes the earliest activity, takes the date, then it fetches for all your holdings all the stock market prices until this date and today. Then you have to fill out the blanks, which means weekends, which means bugs, which means holidays. You gotta loop through it, and I put like if the value on Friday was 12 and the value on on Monday is 16, on the weekend I put basically 12s in. So I took the first, right? 12, 12, 12, 12. then I have to calculate how many shares you had at any given point and multiply that with the value of the stock. Then I have the value of your holding over time, and then I have to combine that with all holdings to get this chart here. This chart. It's insane. It like, especially cleaning the data. It took me 3 attempts until I was able to make it. Okay. Let's see what I need here to make this chart happen. Let's put it in so we get some errors. Pages, I have the fake allocation pie. Let's take the fake value graph, put that one in, and it's on top here. So now we get some errors because the data is not there that I feed it to, but that's okay. So first we need labels. The labels are dates normally, so I will just use months here. 2020 Jan, let's say Jan 2020, Feb. I want to have this automated, of course. I want to use the current month and the last 4, for example. But I will fake it for now. We can write the function for that after. Face versus fake. Did I do it again? I always do that. Fake. You're right. Shit. Oops. Fake. Thank you. Okay, there we have it already. But of course it's a bit wrong. So tooltip, the tooltip is, let's open this real quick in the real one. So you see, so the tooltip is this thing. This can stay like this. And we need the history actually here, and this one is more of a whatever. Let's fake it real quick. Something, I mean, it's all fake, but just so we see what happens. Happens to the best of us. Thanks, Vlad. Makes me feel better. We can remove that action. We can remove the watcher. We should be able to remove all of this. We don't need this one. But nothing is showing yet. Why? Because value graph data, we have labels, we have data. It should be working. I don't think we need any of that. I don't think we need it in the other component either, actually. Nothing is used. Okay, bye. Also this might be used, this is not used, and this is also not used. Too much imports. Okay, so why is this not doing? Oh, this, oh, sometimes I do get this reset loop here. While this is launching, I have to pee. Just a second. Okay, I'm back. Don't you worry. I hope you got yourself a coffee or something too. Okay. So, yes, I washed my hands and everything. We still don't have data here. Man, Charger.js is really... It's so unbelievably complicated and... unbelievably. The documentation is... No... I don't even know where to start now with this. I will disable all the options. And... I need data like this. I have labels. I don't know what's wrong. Oh, there we are. Okay, so it's an option problem. The option problem is probably because this is a time. That means I need to provide here date values. And that means, let's write a quick function that takes the current date and provides the 4 last months or something. How do I do that? I do a loop. Or more like 3, 2, 1, 0, right? Then I do map. I say I return I have to think real quick. Hold on. So I will use sub months from new date e and all of that. Yeah, that should maybe works already. Why is my laptop is lagging? Am I get thrown out of the stream? Jesus, my Mac is on fire. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I'm coding too fast. You probably don't hear me well now. Is it faster now? OBS takes 400. Is it better now? No, it's still not better. I can see the lag. I don't like it. But the good news is it worked. This worked without anything else. So I take I want basically 4 months, and I take the current date and subtract, the value of each iteration in months. So that means we have April, March, Feb, January, and next month we will have May, April, March, February. Everything is lagging here. We can still see you. Can you still hear me without lag or without like hiccups? Now I'm getting a warning also from YouTube. Something is breaking here on my laptop. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's try to make this happen with the lag, and then I'm out. It's time. Maybe my hard drive is running full or something. Probably there's a lot of memory taking up from OBS, but Adobe desktop service? Nobody needs that. Why do I have that? What's that Adobe desktop service? Sorry, I know that's not the coding you came for. But for sure it's your wife streaming. Yes, Martin, she is streaming, but she was doing that all day. But yeah, I don't know what the hell this is. Go away. Bye. Oh my god, my clicks are so delayed. Okay, anyway, so the chart is there. It's hard. It's too hard to code like this. Okay, you have hiccups already. Then let's end it here. Let's end it here, y'all. Was very nice with all of you. Thank you all for joining. I had never had this many concurrent viewers, so I know I'm a small YouTuber, but I'm very, very glad that you're all here and that you came. So stay healthy, stay curious, keep building stuff, and I'll see you in the next stream. Have a good weekend. Bye.